Got Steve Hellwagon on the line from Bucknuts 247 Sports, and as Steve has added in the live chat, bring your comments, your questions, your debate topics for Steve and myself talking Ohio State football. We do it each and every week. We talk college football here every day. So the key for you is to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for the notifications. That's the way you know that we're going live. All right. You mentioned practice. They could have been started on Wednesday to prepare for that Big Ten opener on Thursday against Illinois. And just to give everyone the clean overview of what you see with the schedule, it's basically Ohio State and everybody else play 6 division opponents. They play 4 crossover games instead of the original 3. It's Nebraska, it's Purdue, Illinois, and Iowa, that final game of the season, the way the schedule looks right now. But again, there's flexibility built in based on the pandemic and possible conditions there. Who'd you get to talk to after practice yesterday, Steve?
Just the head coach. They actually made the captains available. They selected 7 captains, and they were made available via a teleconference on Tuesday. And then Coach Ryan Day conducted a Zoom call after practice on Thursday. And a lot of the time was taken up just kind of procedurally, like, how have you handled this summer of dysfunction, given everything that's happened. And he is very happy with the way his team took the proper precautions and has also worked extremely hard to prepare for the 2020 season. He thinks that they put themselves in a good position based on how hard they've worked. So there were a lot of themes from his comments, a lot of different things that came out. He did not want to give a health update just yet on Master Teague, who is coming back from an Achilles injury. And obviously back in March, Kevin Wilson, the offensive coordinator, said he thought it would be about a 6-month injury, which would take him to about the first part of September until he was back able to be full go. So we don't have a full idea about that, but he did speak for about a minute about how hard Master Teague has worked with the training staff to get back ready to go. So you got to think he is on schedule to be back by early September or mid-September, perhaps at the latest. And very impressed they have been with his recovery, which I think is a huge part of the equation. He believes that Teague and Trey Sermon will be able to coexist in the backfield, and also likes the work of the younger guys, Crowley and Chambers, and even the freshman Mayan Williams. They've got some competition on the offensive line for jobs, a couple jobs that are open. Harry Miller going for one job at guard, and then either Nicholas Petit-Frere or Paris Johnson, probably at offensive tackle, will be going for those 2 open jobs. Defensively, the secondary is in a bit of a state of a flux with Sean Wade, the only returning starter, and the competition's wide open at the 2 safety positions and the other cornerback position. It seems like Kerry Combs is going to alternate a lot of guys, however, so they may not have 1 or 2 guys that they hang their hat on beyond Sean Wade, obviously, who's being picked, obviously to be a guy, to be a leader as a captain on the team. They did select 7 captains, which in this day and age, Urban Meyer was doing that typically between 5 and 7 guys a year. We think back to some of the older teams or teams earlier, they would only have 2, 3, 4 guys. But now in this day and age, they're up to 7 and on a pretty consistent basis and routine. And Coach Day said they could have actually named as many as 12 guys as team captains, probably, if they wanted to recognize all the guys who deserved it. There were, let's see here, 4 juniors that were selected as captains and 3 seniors. The 4 juniors are Justin Fields, the quarterback, 2 offensive linemen, Wyatt Davis and Josh Myers, and as well another junior was the cornerback Sean Wade, and then 3 seniors that were selected as captains. Linebacker Justin Hilliard, who I think this is his 6th year at Ohio State. You got a waiver from the NCAA to come back, as well as Tuff Borland, the linebacker, and Jonathan Cooper, who technically redshirted last year, although he got to play in 4 games and even made the agreement to play, they said you could play one more game here at the end of the year, and he picked the Michigan game where they had already clinched the division, but he wanted to play against Michigan and felt that was what he cherished the most. I mean, he could have played in the Big Ten championship game or even the college football playoff as things were headed, but he made the unique choice to make his fourth and final game to retain the red shirt as the Michigan game, which was kind of a cool thing, and it had a sack in that game as well. So Cooper, Hilliard, and Borland, the three seniors who are captains, to go with those four juniors. And I would be shocked and surprised if Fields, Davis, and Wade would be back next year in 2021. I'd put it at half and half on Myers. Maybe he'll head off to the NFL. Hard to say. But, yeah, so you've got 7 guys, look like a good leadership contingent for Ohio State at the captains this year.